Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sri Guru Samhita, the legend of the Supreme Guru, original in Marathi as Sri Guru Charitra, by Sri Gangadhara Saraswati, composition in Sanskrit by His Holiness Sri Vasudevananda Saraswati, also known as Tembe Maharaj. This translation into English is provided by Dr. Narasimhaswamy Banavara. Chapter 34, The Greatness of Rudraadhyaaya, that is, the study of the Rudra Sukta. Salutations to Lord Ganapati, salutations to Lord Dattatreya. 1. The Supreme Guru said to the couple, Datta and Sumati, I shall narrate to you the merits and greatness of Rudraksha that Maharshi Parashara described to Bhadrasena, the king of Kashmir. 2. Maharshi Parashara described in detail the story of the previous lifetime of the prince and the minister's son. 3. Hearing this, King Bhadrasena was overjoyed. He held the feet of Maharshi Parashara and saluted him. He folded his hands and humbly said the following. 4. King Bhadrasena said to Maharshi Parashara, O Lord, you mentioned that my son and the minister's son were both in the royal household only because of the merits they obtained by wearing the Rudraksha rosaries in their previous lifetimes. 5. You said that previously they wore the Rudraksha beads out of ignorance. As a result of those merits, they were born as a prince and a minister's son. 6. You also said that in this lifetime they are learned scholars. They are wearing the Rudraksha rosaries with complete knowledge of its powers. What does the future hold for these two boys? 7. O Maharshi, you are omniscient. You know everything there is to know in the past, present, and future. Please tell me the future of these two boys. 8. Hearing the king's words, Maharshi Parashara said, O king, the distant future of these two boys looks very good and promising. 9. But O king, what can I say about the near future of your son? It is very sad and sorrowful. If you hear about it, you will grieve a lot. 10. King Bhadrasena saluted the sage again and said, O Lord, please tell me everything, and please suggest a suitable remedy for the troubles and sorrows as well. 11. Hearing the king's words, Maharshi Parashara said, Sages can say everything. There is nothing that is unspeakable. O king, listen. Your son's lifespan is only 12 years long. 12. Now only 7 days are left of that lifespan. On the 8th day, your son will die. 13. Hearing the sage's words, the king fell unconscious for a moment. After a while, he got up and began to weep uncontrollably. He was filled with sorrow. 14. The king held onto the lotus feet of Maharshi Parashara and said, O Lord, please save me, save me. O great sage, I am seeking refuge in you. 15. Thus the king, accompanied by his queens, saluted the sage again and again. He said, O Lord, what shall I do? Please tell me a solution to this grave problem. 16. The compassionate Maharshi Parashara consoled the king and said, O king, Lord Umapati is the one who protects the entire universe. You have to seek refuge in that supreme Lord Shiva. Note, Lord Umapati is another name for Lord Shiva. Umapati because he is the consort of Uma. That's another name of goddess Parvati. 17. Discard this fear from your mind and constantly contemplate on Lord Shiva. Worship him with profound devotion. The Shulapani will protect you. Note, Lord Shiva holds the trident, Shula or Pinaka, in his hand, Pani, and therefore is referred to as Shulapani and Pinakapani. 18. Pay attention to what I say. I shall give you an excellent idea as to how you can win over the extremely invincible death. 19. There is only one Supreme Lord who is omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. He resides everywhere, including on the earth, in the heavens, and in the nether regions. He is the universal soul, the supreme truth, and the supreme bliss. He is Lord Shiva. 20. Lord Shiva created Lord Brahma, who is the epitome of the Rajas Guna. Then he created the 4 Vedas in order to enlighten Lord Brahma about the subtleties in the process of creation. 21. Lord Shiva gave the 4 Vedas to Lord Brahma. Among the mounts of Vedas are the Upanishads, which form the essence and knowledge of the true nature of the Supreme Spirit. 22. The essence of all the Vedas is the Rudraadhyaaya, that is the study of the Rudra Sukta. The Bhaktavatsala, the friend of the devotees, Lord Shiva happily blessed Lord Brahma and gave him the Rudraadhyaaya. 23. The greatness of the Rudraadhyaaya is unique and unsurpassed. Lord Rudra, that is another name for Lord Shiva, is famous as the indivisible one. He has no birth and he has no destruction. 24. The core philosophy of the Rudraadhyaaya is Lord Shiva himself. He is greater than everything else in this universe. Lord Brahma brought to light the four Vedas from his four faces. 25. The four Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharva Veda, emerged from the four faces of Lord Brahma, starting from his eastern face. Among the four Vedas, the Yajur Veda emerged from his southern face. 26. The Rudraadhyaaya is the essence of all Upanishads. It is present in the Yajur Veda. Lord Brahma instructed this Rudraadhyaaya to all the sages. 27. Lord Brahma advised the Rudraadhyaaya according to the procedure to Maharshi Marichi, Maharshi Atri, and to all the Maharshis, that is, great sages. He instructed this Rudraadhyaaya to all the gods and to all the Maharshis. 28. Thus Lord Brahma instructed the Rudraadhyaaya to Maharshi Marichi, Maharshi Atri, and the other Maharshis, and to all the gods. These Maharshis imparted the Rudraadhyaaya to the respective disciples. 29. Those disciples later imparted the Rudraadhyaaya to their own disciples, and those disciples later recited the Rudra Sukta along with the respective disciples. 30. Thus the study of Rudra Sukta spread all over the world. There is no mantra in this world that is equal to the divine Rudra mantra. One gets the fruits of this mantra very quickly. It is an excellent technique to obtain the four Purushastras of Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. 31. Chanting of the Rudra mantra purifies one from common offenses as well as from deadly sins. It is also an excellent way to obtain the eternal abode of Lord Shiva. 32. There is another amazing technique that has been ordained by Lord Brahma. All sins are vanquished by drinking the holy water from the Abhisheka, that is ritual bathing of Lord Shiva, as well as by bathing in the holy water. 33. One can be liberated from the bondages of this world by doing that. One must tread the path only after being advised by his Guru. That will lead to freedom from the bonds of this misery-afflicted world. 34. A person shall experience in this lifetime the consequences of both meritorious acts and sinful acts performed in his previous lifetimes. 35. Previously, when Lord Brahma began the process of creation, he created dharma, that is righteousness and duty, from his chest area, and adharma, that is unrighteousness and wickedness, from his back. 36. People who follow dharma shall attain happiness in this world and salvation in the next. People who follow adharma are sinners. They shall experience sufferings and misery in both this world and the next. 37. The deadly kama, that is lust and desire, krodha, that is anger, lobha, that is greed, matsara, that is envy, mada, that is pride and intoxication, and moha, that is passion and obsession, are all children of adharma and the lords of the different hells. 38. People who have sexual relations with the wife of their guru and people who stray from the path of fidelity are also the lords of different hells. Lecherous and sinners who commit sins out of lust are considered to be the children of Kama. 39. All sins emerging as a result of Kama, that is lust, are decreed to be the sons of Kama. Similarly, all the sins emerging as a result of Krodha, that is anger, are decreed to be the sons of Krodha. 40. Killing of one's own parents and murdering a Brahmin are examples of the children of Krodha. There are many such children of Krodha. 41. Stealing the material goods of gods and Brahmins, stealing gold from other people, and selling off one's own daughter for money are all decreed to be the sons of Lobha, that is greed. 42. Lord Yama called all the spirits and said to them, all of you go down to earth, quickly get embedded in the human beings there on earth and exhibit your respective qualities. 43. Both deadly sins and minor offenses are the servants of Lord Yama. Lord Yama called them and said, all of you go down to earth and travel there. Motivate the people down there to commit offenses and sins and make them to come to my loka. 44. Upon being commanded thus by Lord Yama, all of them came down to earth. There they saw only devotees who were immersed in the contemplation of Lord Shiva and chanting of the Rudra Sukta. Seeing them, all the spirits got frightened and ran away. 45. Seeing no other alternative, the deadly sins and other spirits came back to Lord Yama. They anxiously said, O Lord Yama, according to your command, we were down to earth, but we were all frightened and lost. 46. O Lord, O King Yama, praises be to you. O King, salutations to you. We are your famous servants, but we got scared there on earth. 47. Heeding your command, we went down to earth today. But the earth looks like the city of Agni, the god of fire. We were burnt by the divine fire of Rudra. 48. We were unable to go down to earth any time in the future. We are suffering by the mere darshan of the people who were chanting the divine Rudra Sukta. 49. What is to become of us now? People are chanting the Rudra mantras in every village on earth. We are unable to even look at them. 50. Brahmins are constantly chanting the Rudra mantras in every village, in every city, on the banks of every river, in every temple, and in every pilgrimage site. 51. We tried in several ways to encourage them to think in terms of evil and commit sinful acts. The people there committed deadly sins. There was no limit to the sins they occurred. 52. It seems like they had no remedy for those sins at all, even though they performed penitence thousands of times. But with the chanting of Rudra mantra, they became purified. 53. O Lord Yama, even if the Brahmins devotedly chant the Rudra mantras, sometime, somewhere, they become purified instantly. 54. Even the deadliest of deadly sinners are becoming purified by chanting the Rudra mantras. How can we ever travel the earth when we become unsuccessful each time? What is to become of us now? 55. Rudra is Lord Shiva himself. He has Kalakuta, the deadliest and the most toxic of poisons in him. We have no strength left in order to go down to earth. 56. Lord Brahma had granted the divine Rudraadhyaaya as a remedy for all afflictions and sins. O Lord Yama, you have to find a counter solution for that. O Lord, please rescue us, rescue us. 57. Thus the evil spirits and the servants of Lord Yama, who had been subject to extreme anguish by the divine fire of Rudra, prayed to Lord Yama. Listening to their cries for help and their requests, Lord Yama shook his head in anger. Immediately he set off for the abode of Lord Brahma. 58. He met Lord Brahma and humbly said to him, O Lord Brahma, O Creator of the universe, O four-faced one, seated on a lotus, praises be to you, praises be to you. 59. O Lord, we are all seeking refuge in you. We always follow your command to the word. Until now, we would drag the sinners who had committed sinful acts onto hell and would punish them appropriately. 60. Even today, I send my attendants down to the earth to drag such sinners to hell. But they have all been defeated by the Shivadutas, the attendants of Lord Shiva. The Rudra mantras have transformed all those sinners into pure and pious people. 61. Even the deadliest sinner is becoming purified by chanting the Rudra mantra and is now seeking heaven. The Rudra mantras are elevating all the sins of the people of the earth. As a result, the hells are becoming empty. 62. If the hells become empty, what is the use of my being king of an empty kingdom? If everyone attains eternal salvation, then how is the future creation possible? 63. O Lord, you are omnipotent. O Lord, you have to recommend a suitable solution for this issue immediately. You have to protect the creation process that is proceeding according to procedure. Now I have lost my kingdom. 64. O Lord, you yourself have granted the Rudraadhyaaya to the people of the earth. Why did you give them such an invaluable treasure such as Rudraadhyaaya? 65. Without any regard for procedure, they somehow chant the Rudra mantra and are getting transformed into immortals on this earth. All sins are being reduced to ashes by the Rudra mantras. 66. Upon being requested thus by Lord Yama, the four-faced Lord Brahma thought for a minute. Then he said the following to Lord Yama. 67 and 68. Lord Brahma said, Whoever is blind with arrogance and pride, whoever chants the Rudra mantra without devotion and with disregard, whoever is ignorant, whoever is filled with the tamas guna, whoever chants the Rudra mantra while sleeping, whoever chants the Rudra mantra while standing, Whoever chants the Rudra mantra while being unclean, they are all deadly sinners. You may drag such persons to hell and punish them. Do not touch those persons who sit down according to procedure and chant the Rudra mantras with pure heart. 69. Such people are bereft of sin, and you should salute them. Tell this to your attendants very quickly. There are no other merits than those obtained by chanting the Rudra mantras with pure and profound devotion. 70. A human being gets a shorter lifespan as a result of the sins from his previous lifetime. Chanting of Rudra mantras is an excellent antidote for that. This is certain. 71. If a man with a short lifespan constantly chants the Rudra mantras with deep devotion, then he shall become purified of all his sins and shall lead a long and happy life. 72. O Lord Yama, listen. A person shall also obtain immense wealth, health, knowledge, luster, vigor, strength, courage, and intelligence as a result of the chanting of the Rudra mantras. 73. If a person performs Abhisheka for Lord Shiva and then drinks the water or bathes in that holy water, he shall become immensely purified. 74. There is no fear of death for such a person. I shall tell you one more thing. A meritorious person who constantly chants the Rudra mantras with profound devotion shall become long-lived. 75. Death moves away in fear from a person who has bathed with the holy Abhisheka water. Such a person shall cross the ocean of life without any problems. 76. Whoever performs Abhisheka for Lord Shiva 100 times while chanting the Rudra mantras shall be purified of all the sins and shall live a long life of 100 years. 77. Understand all these issues and advise your attendants properly. O Lord Yama, those Brahmins who chant the Rudra mantras with devotion are not eligible for punishment. 78. After hearing these words of Lord Brahma, Lord Yama returned to his abode and advised his attendants regarding all the issues that Lord Brahma had said to him. Maharshi Parashara explained this amazing legend of Rudraadhyaaya, that is chanting, to King Bhadrasena. 79. Maharshi Parashara said, O king, this is an excellent idea for increasing the lifespan of your son. Perform Abhisheka for Lord Shiva with milk and with the chanting of the Rudra mantras 10,000 times. 80. If you do this, your son will enjoy a healthy life for 10,000 years. He will enjoy all the royal pleasures like Lord Indra does in the heavens. 81. The royal treasure shall be steadily complete. I shall never be destroyed or depleted. It shall never be destroyed or depleted. O king, your son shall experience all the royal pleasures without any problems. 82. Invite hundreds of good and worthy Brahmins who are free from lust, anger and greed, and who are learnt, dedicated, and who perform their duties faithfully. 83. With their assistance, O king, perform the Abhisheka and Puja for Lord Shiva according to procedure. Your son shall gain a long life as a result of this. He shall also attain immense greatness. 84. According to Maharshi Parashara's command, King Bhadrasena happily made all the requisite arrangements and started the Abhisheka and Puja of Lord Shiva. 85. Just as the Maharshi Parashara has indicated, the king invited hundreds of thousands of dedicated and scholarly Brahmins from all over. 86. He installed 100 kalashas, invoked divinity into each one of them, performed worship for each of the kalasha, and filled them with pure water, sugarcane juice, milk, honey, and other ingredients required for the Abhisheka of Lord Shiva. With profound devotion, he performed the Abhisheka and Puja for Lord Shiva. Note, kalasha is a pitcher which is used to hold water, milk, curds, honey, and other ingredients for the Lord's Abhisheka. 87. After the Abhisheka, he bathed his son with the holy Abhisheka water. King Bhadrasena continued this procedure and worshipped Lord Shiva for 1 week according to the prescribed protocols. 88. Immediately after the 7th day ended, the prince fell unconscious. Maharshi Parashara rescued him within moments. 89. The Yamadutas, attendants of Lord Yama, came there, invisible to everyone present there. They were huge in appearance and held fierce-looking nooses and staffs in their hands. 90. They looked formidable with fierce-looking, large pointing fangs. The Brahmins who were chanting the Rudra mantras showered the prince with the akshata, that is colored rice, while chanting the Rudra mantras. 91. The Brahmins continued to shower the prince's body with the akshata. They did not stop chanting the Rudra mantras. The cruel looking Yamaduta stood at a distance watching all of this. They did not have the courage to step forward. 92. The Yamadutas threw the noose in their hands over the prince's body from a distance. Immediately the Shivadutas, attendants of Lord Shiva, arrived there. Holding staffs and other weapons in their hands, they rushed forward to punish the Yamadutas. 93. The Yamadutas were frightened and began to run away. The Shivadutas, who looked like divine beings, chased them, following them along the way. 94. Thus the prince survived as a result of the powers of the holy Rudra mantras. The Brahmins blessed the prince with scores of Vedic chants. 95. Then the prince got up. He was of a stable mind and looked peaceful and happy. King Bhadrasena was overjoyed. He arranged a grand festival in his son's honor. 96. King Bhadrasena worshipped Maharshi Parashara with profound devotion. He served Maharshi with bhiksha and saluted him with extreme respect and devotion. He also satisfied all the Brahmins with a great feast, accompanied by tambula, that is betel leaves and betel nuts, and copious amounts of dakshina, that is money. 97. The king Bhadrasena happily arranged a grand court. Then he seated Maharshi Parashara on the royal throne and the others on appropriate seats. 98. Finishing his lunch, the king arrived in the court accompanied by his queens and his sons. They all assumed appropriate seats in the court. The king was filled with joy. 99. At that time, the divine sage Narada, who was the son of Lord Brahma, arrived in the court. Seeing the divine sage, the king was ecstatic. He felt that his life force, which had left him, had now returned to him. He instantly got up from his seat. 100. King Bhadrasena encouraged the sage, invited him with respect and devotion, and worshipped him according to procedures. He folded his hands and humbly bowed down to sage Narada and saluted him. 101. King Bhadrasena said, O great sage Narada, you travel all over the three worlds. Please tell me what you saw today that was strange or unique. 102. Sage Narada said, O king, today I was coming back from Kailasa, the abode of Lord Shiva. On the way, I witnessed a strange incident. I shall describe that to you. Listen. 103. The great death came with his attendants to take away the life force of your son. But death suffered immense defeat at the hands of Shivadutas, who arrived there instantly. 104. The Yamadutas ran to Lord Yama and apprised him of all the goings on. They said, O Lord, the Shivadutas tortured us much. How can we ever travel on earth? 105. Hearing their words, Lord Yama was furious. He called Virabhadra immediately and said to him, Why are your people torturing my people? Give me a reasonable answer for this. Note, Virabhadra is the chieftain of Shivadutas. 106. A royal prince died according to his previous karmic actions and qualities after his lifespan had completed. My attendants went there to fetch his soul and bring him back to my abode. Why did your people interfere and beat up my attendants? 107. Hearing the words of Lord Yama, Virabhadra became very angry. He said, O Yama, listen to my words. Fate has decreed a lifespan of 10,000 years for this royal prince. 108. How could your attendants take him away without even bringing it to the attention of Chitragupta, that is assistant and chief accountant to Yama? My people have left your attendants without killing them. Understand that to be a merciful act from my people. 109. Hearing the words spoken by Virabhadra, Lord Yama immediately summoned Chitragupta and asked him, How many years are there in the prince's lifespan? Tell me now. 110. Upon being questioned, the Chitragupta examined the writings on the prince's forehead. It was written that the prince would face an accidental death at the age of 12. 111. Nearby was written that he would recover from his accidental death and then live for 10,000 years. Noticing that, Lord Yama was filled with doubt. 112. Later, Lord Yama said to Virabhadra, O Lord, please forgive my mistake. Thus he asked Virabhadra for forgiveness and returned to his abode. O king, this was what I witnessed today. 113. Sage Narada continued, Your son's lifespan was increased as a result of the Rudraadhyaaya ritual you undertook. The god of death was defeated today as a result of the divine powers of Maharshi Parashara. 114. Saying this to King Bhadrasena, sage Narada left for his abode in the heavens. Maharshi Parashara also left for his hermitage. 115. All the Brahmins who had come for the ritual also left for the respective homes. King Bhadrasena was overjoyed at all these events. His son ruled over the kingdom for 10,000 years without any problems. 116. The Supreme Guru said, "This is the power of Rudraadhyaaya. Therefore, whoever worships Lord Shiva in this manner shall never face the fear of death." O Datta and Sumati, this is the power of the Rudra mantras. 117. Guru Siddha said, "O Namadharaka, thus the Supreme Guru explained in detail the greatness of Rudraadhyaaya to the couple Datta and Sumati. 118. That is why the Supreme Guru is so fond of Rudra mantras and Rudrabhisheka. Therefore, one must always worship the Supreme Guru via the performance of Rudrabhisheka. 119. Whoever listens to the divine Sri Guru Charitra as told by Saraswati, the son of Gangadhara, will cross the ocean of life without any difficulties. They will also attain the three Purushastras, that is Dharma, Artha and Kama." Thus ends chapter 34 in the Karma Kanda in the dialogue between Guru Siddha and Namadharaka. In the text known as the Legend of Narasimha Saraswati, authored by Gangadhara's son Saraswati, in the Marathi language as Sri Guru Charitra, and referred to as Sri Guru Samhita, composed in the Sanskrit language by His Holiness Sri Vasudevananda Saraswati. Om Tat Sat. Mantrahina, Kriyahina, Bhaktihina, Kshamapate. Om Sri Krishnarpanamastu.